Are you going to Mardi Gras? Are you going to the Super Bowl? Have you ever been to New Orleans? If you're not going to either one of those events, I've got two great recipes for you. They are gonna be so good, man. We're making shrimp and grits. We're making beignets for you today. Oh, I can't wait to show y'all what we got going on. We're gonna get busy in the kitchen cooking. It's Brooks About the Dish. Welcome back, man. Our shrimp and grits are just chilling out on the side. We'll get to those in a minute. We'll get them on a plate. Man, we are gonna take care of our beignets. We gotta have dessert for this dish. There's a little Mardi Gras action going on here. So the 3 cups of flour is already into our mixer. We're gonna add the rest of the dry ingredients to it. And they are 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, kosher salt. This is sugar, and it is 3 teaspoons of sugar, and I'm saving 1 for the end, okay? I'll hang on to 1 for just a little bit. And this is our powdered sugar. It's for later. We don't need that right now. This is melted butter, just about a half a stick melted butter, 3 tablespoons, 1 egg, right in there. And the last part of the wet ingredient is warm. So this is our packet of dry yeast, and it is in 1 cup of milk, and I've warmed it up. We want to activate the yeast so that it'll bloom. It'll take 2 hours for this to bloom out and really get to be, you know, where you can work with the dough. But once we get to there, we're gonna turn our mixer down so we can start it, get her going. The key to this now, my tip for you for today, is to make sure that you don't overmix this dough, okay? Make sure you don't overmix it. Once it's done, it's done. And as you can see, it is catching up really fast right onto that dough hook. Once it all comes together on the dough hook, man, stop it. It'll be ready. Just a couple of minutes. And that looks really, really good. And all we really want to do with this is turn it into a ball and put it into a bowl, just like this one right here. I got a big old bowl. I made a bunch of it for us so we didn't have to worry about waiting on that guy. And it's like pizza crust, man, or anything else. You really want to make sure you have some flour down in your bowl before you get started with it. And we're going to put some flour down on our table. And listen, I'm working without the benefit of from not having a rolling pin. So I'm going to split my dough in half. Okay, make sure I have it down on some flour. And really, you want it to be rather thick when you cut it, okay? So just start the press. That's all you gotta do. You don't have a rolling pin, man, you can still get your dough to where it's the same height or depth just by using your fingers. And that looks really, really good. That's about the thickness we want. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick. And that looks really, really great. Let's grab a knife out of this drawer right here. And so what I want to do with these guys, let's get that out of here. I'm going to gently, because I don't want to cut my surface, I'm going to make nice squares out of it. Okay, I'll hold on to that dough and just cut it. And I'm telling you, we want them to be pretty uniform. Cut it long ways, and then the next one about the same width. And what I'm going to do is come back and go this way, cross both of them, then across, and so on. The yeast is going to let these rise. You see how flat they are? The yeast is going to let them rise in that fryer, and they are going to be so, so good. But just make sure you cut them about the same size. Man, those look so good. Listen, it's about as wide as my hand. That'll be perfect for each one of these. It's gonna be a great dish. Hey, when we get back, we're gonna make beignets. They're gonna be delicious. About the dish. I want to emphasize to you, Don't overmix your dough for your beignets. Just when it all gets around that dough hook, it's ready.
Dreaming of owning an RV? Well, now is the time to add a little comfort to your vacations by investing in your home away from home. Make your dream come true with Wheels RV, the #1 new RV dealer in Northwest Arkansas. We carry brands like Grand Design, Brinkley, Flagstaff, No Boundaries, and Vibe. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV. Find us 5 miles west of I-49 under the Tontitown Water Tower.
When you get these babies out of the fryer while they're still hot, powdered sugar goes right on top of them. It gets a little candy coating. So delicious. Let's get to frying our donuts right in there, man. Just get them right in. That oil is good and hot. They're gonna start to float real soon. The other key to this is to make sure you have a nice mesh net that you can use to move them around, and watch how they come to the top. We'll have to turn them over and they'll blow up and be beautiful. Look at that. I'll get a couple more in. Watch this. Watch how they'll all of a sudden they'll come to the top. I won't have to do anything to them. Isn't that cool? And really all we want is golden brown. Once the bottoms turns golden brown, I'm gonna flip them all over, just like that. It takes just a couple of minutes. And we also have our powdered sugar here for the ending of the dish too. They always, if you're in New Orleans, man, and you get beignets on the street corner or Cafe Du Monde, they always are covered in powdered sugar. It's a donut, it's gotta have powdered sugar. But watch this, and you can just go ahead and flip them. You can flip them as many times as you need to, but we're gonna let this bad boy get to be golden brown. They're gonna fry until they're golden brown. That is so good. And we have all the extra dough that we can continue frying as many as we need. But I wanna show you how great these turn out. And they always get a couple of flips, always. At Cafe Du Monde, they have their fryer is really big. If you've never been there and seen it, it's really big. They put all the dough in there and they hold down this lid, just holds all the dough down in the fryer, so there's never really any flipping going on for those guys. But in this situation, you just gotta flip these. You gotta stay with them too. Just like frying chicken, you gotta flip it. But look how that dough has blown up, puffed up for me, and these are so good. Man, listen, I want to tell y'all, my trip to New Orleans, my time down there, I spent about 6 months down there. I was a young man. I wasn't really ready for what was, for New Orleans. But I sure did enjoy myself. I learned about culinary while I was in New Orleans. I learned about music, several things that I got to do while I was there, playing a band plus work in the culinary field. And so my passion, there's a lot of my passion, a lot of Southern roots, the French roots, Indian roots, so much culture from New Orleans. Man, those look great. Look, I want you to see how golden brown those bad boys are right there. And they're floating, they're ready. What we'll do is take them out, take them right to a paper towel, just like that. We'll take our powdered sugar and our strainer, put our sugar in there. We don't want any big chunks. and just dust them. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's snowing powdered sugar on my donuts. Amazing. It is about the dish. Always about the dish. All right, let's get our donuts on a plate. Make sure you cook the rest of them for sure. Get those bad boys on a plate. And we'll grab our powdered sugar. Just love on them. Look at that snow white. Let's grab our grits. They look so good. Cheesy and delicious. Grab our shrimp, our sausage, peppers, onions. Make us a little bed right there in our grits. Get the sausage and peppers and onions first, and then you can get you some shrimp right on the top. Make sure everybody knows that it's actually shrimp and grits. Look at that. Oh my gosh, there it is, y'all, shrimp and grits. If you're doing Mardi Gras for your folks, this one they are gonna love. They're gonna love you for it, especially if you give them these beautiful beignets. That's a donut right there made with love.